Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have yet another part of my makeup collection to share with you. Before we go any further, I don't have anything on my nails. There's remnants of a color on it, so I apologize. Some of it just doesn't come off, so it frustrates me, but that's all. I have to just go along with it. But before we go any further, I'll tell you what's on my lips. First of all, on the base, I decided to sport some red lips today. I have from Bite Beauty, which is a Canadian company, in the Amuse Bouche lipstick in Guzpacho. That is on my base, a really nice cool red tone, and there's a very creamy lipstick, so to sort of lock it into place and keep it there, something I like to do with a red is I used one of my favorite brands for mattes. They are transferable, can't get away from that, but they're so comfortable. And that's the number 690 Siren in Scarlet by Maybelline. So I just put that on top, and it sort of locks it and gives it a nice neutral color. Sort of put the cool and the warm together. Anyway, moving on. I will be making a few videos here, so if you see me in the same outfit, that is why. Here, my log channel behind me. Got my Christmas tree, or beside me, and my Christmas tree behind me. I'm ready for Christmas, you guys. I absolutely love it. It's so cozy and warm, even though I don't actually have the luxury to have my own fire. It's always nice to have the log channel. So with that being said, today I'm going to share with you my palettes collection. My palettes kind of vary into like palettes of mixtures of like all sorts of things, to blush to mainly eyeshadows. That's kind of where I have my fun. And especially in 2016, I actually, looking ahead here, I think I've got only 2 of the palettes, and of which I might be speaking of first, were purchased at the very end of 2015. So we'll start with that. I'll start with the very first palette I ever picked up. It was like 2 years ago now. It was right before I went to Maui to, for a vacation, and I saw this online. Everyone was raving about it, and it just seemed like the perfect thing for me to take traveling. It had everything in it, so why would I need anything else? And again, with such great reviews, I was like, that'll be cool. So I'm talking about Tarte's Rainforest After Dark palette. So that was the one with the snake on it, and I believe you can still actually find this online. Now it comes with a mirror, but one can blind you, but it also comes with 6 beautiful shadows, matte, like a pressed pigments and so on and so forth, and some sheens, a highlight and a bronzer, which I use more of a contour, and a blush. And I've used this quite a bit. It's hard to sort of show that, but I have used it a lot. And I just felt this was like the perfect travel companion for me. I didn't want to bring a whole lot, going away to a place like Hawaii. I still wanted to be able to put makeup on, look nice, but at the same time it's tropical and you're sweaty, or you're pretty much just bumming after the beach kind of thing. So that was that. And onto a very inexpensive palette, of which I picked up, I think it was right after Christmas. It was $21.99, that much I do remember. It's NYX Beauty On The Go. And of course it has it in the French on the bottom there. So it has eyeshadows, pressed pigments, a highlighter, blush, and lipsticks. Now, a little more difficult to open. That becomes a little frustrating. It's not too bad. It's got a little mirror on the top. These are just the holes to show you through. And it's got a wonderful array of different colors of shadows. That purple one here along the top I wore for a Christmas party last year, and I have used it quite a bit, not enough. I don't find I reach for this palette at all. I mean, there's a ton of shadows here. Again, a mixture between pressed pigments and mattes and sheens and all that. Here's my gripe, and I knew that when I knew what I was buying. So it slides open, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 blushes. This is more shiny, so it might be a blush topper. And we've got a highlight and like 4 bronzers / contours, but they're all kind of sheeny. So I've tried to use them. I like this one in the winter, and I like that one in the summer. This one scares me. This is very, very light white. So if you're a pale, very pale skin person, I think this white might come off really well. And as you see, there is like 8 lip colors up here, of which was 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was it really 7? I don't know. Anyway, 7 lipsticks that I have not touched, because I don't like the whole liquid formula with powder formulas. I just don't like that. It's not I mean, I kind of to a point do regret purchasing that, but for $21.99 you really couldn't have gone wrong. It would have been a perfect starter kit for someone in high school, or if you were allowed to start wearing makeup, that kind of thing. Moving along, because I'm talking about that a lot. So a more recent purchase that I picked up while I was away on holiday in my hometown. I went to, in Canada we call them superstores or Loblaws, and they have quite a large array of makeup, and they're like drugstore type makeup, and they have a lot better selection than where I live currently. And while I was there, I found all these Essence palettes as I dropped them. Oh great. And I got the nudes, roses, and the bronze. These were $5.99 Canadian. That's a steal, even if you only use them, you know, like half dozen times in a year, whatever. Or if this is a starter for you, they're fantastic. They're not the best pigmentation. They do have the ones that have glitter in them. They do have a fallout. But you know, for $5.99 Canadian, which means like you probably got cash back, like $2 American, ha ha ha, because your dollar is so much better than ours. These are great. I'd say my favorite is the bronze, but I will use this more in the summer months because I got this in October. So I will use this more in the summer months, but so far as I've tried, the bronze is my favorite. Then I would say the roses, because I have blue or bluey green eyes, and the purple looks really good. It really helps them stand out. And the nudes is my third. They're all great, but my third favorite, because I have a different palette that I really love, that is a nude palette, which we'll talk about in a bit. So on to blushes. I will say this year, I was very disappointed. Going back, I was very excited to hear what Tarte was going to be releasing for their holiday collection for 2016. Because last year I had such a blast and I loved this product. It was the Tarte's Bling It On blush palette. This came out for holiday 2015, has a big mirror on it as well. Here are the 5 shades. This is more of a blush topper. It's very glittery, and then we've got the 4 colors. My favorite is Prim by far, and then I'd say this one here in Fetching is probably my second favorite. Doll Face is in a lot of different palettes that Tarte does. And then this is Prim's, Smashing, and Beaming. Again, this is a blush topper. I really love this. So I was so excited when I was hearing, oh yeah, Tarte's releasing their holiday line for 2016. They didn't do anything like this. They did this, and I'm sorry, I know lots of you guys liked it. I did not like, they did a wheel where it was like 5 blushes here and highlights and what have you, and same on the other side. So there's quite a bit of product, but they all, when people were swatching them, they looked the same to me, and I was like, no, I would rather 5 things I love and I'll use a lot than a wheel. And I love this very much, and I wish that Tarte would have done something more like this. But anyway, I'm just a consumer, what do I know? On to some eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so my very favorite nudes palette, which I've brought out for favorites video time and time again, but I cannot stress enough, I don't wear a lot of matte. I like mattes in my crease, mattes on the outside, like on the outside here in the V, but on the center I really like either a pressed pigment or a sheen. But you guys have seen this time and time again. It's Too Faced Natural Mattes palette. There is a mirror behind this. This is like a little chart to tell you all the different things. I have like 1, 2, 3 of the colors right now in this palette, and you can see I have used this to death. Yeah, highly recommend this. You guys have seen this many times. I cannot stress enough. Fantastic. Okay, on to some higher end palettes, and we'll finish with the lower end palette, like lower end price. Okay, we don't have a lot of time because I'll try to keep my videos a little less chatty, but here I am chatting. It is the Artist palette by Laura Mercier. Nice cushy little cover. Again, this one has another nice big gold mirror. And for my blue green eyes, fantastic colors. As you can see, what is it called? The African Violet is my favorite and most well used, but I do use these a lot. Fresco is great for in the crease for me. I really do enjoy all of them. I'd say the only No, the only one I have not used is this espresso bean. I don't use black shadow as much. Maybe I should, but anyway, moving along. Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. First of all, so soft. Comes with a mirror, comes with the brush. Don't use the brush, but I kept it in here. Look at all of these colors. They're gorgeous. Honestly, I didn't know. Everyone on YouTube was raving about this. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be hit and miss. Well, I bought it, I took the chance, and I was like, oh my God, I love it. I really do, and I use it a lot. If you see a lot of pink or burgundy toned eyeshadow that I'm sporting, that's because of that palette. Now, a palette that really intimidated me at first when I picked it up, because I had that Too Faced Natural Mattes palette, and then I picked this one up, and it was a little bit intimidated. Now, I accidentally threw away right after I bought it the whole chart, like, here's how you can do this look and that look and blah, blah, blah. And I know I can look it up online. But I have really enjoyed my Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I have to say, out of all the colors, because the colors on the back is Lazarus. Lazarus for me has been like the best cool tone crease shadow that I have ever used. I really enjoy it. There's some other warmer shades there. There are a few shades here that I have not used, but I actually am starting to use it a little bit more and a little bit more. So really enjoying that. Next palette, high end, is my Urban Decay Vice 4. I bought this, I guess it would be this time last year, like in the late fall. So first of all, the packaging is just awesome. And again, there's a brush that comes, there's a huge mirror, so you have to give them props for that. There is a brush, never use it, but then there's these shades. I find myself using something like that, Too Faced Natural Mattes palette, and then I use this for this, like a pop of color or that kind of thing. So I really like this for a little pop. I do find that shadow insurance, I need shadow insurance for a lot of these, because a lot of these colors are like a pressed pigment. They do have some fallout. They don't last very long. But if you put shadow insurance or glitter glue, sorry, I have the glitter glue, it really does help adhesive, I don't know, stay on your eyelids. And lastly, some new things to my collection. I bought these pretty much around the same time as on my trip. Like really, really great quality. I can't speak highly enough about this quality of eyeshadow. It's made my favorites. One of them's made my favorites. The other one, I don't know when this is going up, but you'll probably see the other one in my favorites because I really started diving into it. But both these palettes are by Revolution, Makeup Revolution London. This one is Run Boy Run Salvation palette, and this is the Redemption eyeshadow palette Ionic 2, which is supposed to mimic perhaps the Urban Decay 2, which I don't own any of the Urban Decays. But the Revolution, Makeup Revolution, this is $15.99 Canadian, not on sale. Actually, I thought they were on sale when they first released it in London Drugs here in Canada, or local to me. But then I went back there and they were full price, $15.99. So anyway, as mentioned before, been on my favorites video. All these are mostly shimmer pressed pigments. All of these in the circle are all mattes. They're fantastic colors. I really enjoy them. And then this one here, that other one made my favorites for October. This will probably make my favorites for November. This is, again, the one that's supposed to be like the Urban Decay Vice 2? Yeah, Urban Decay, anyway, Naked 2. So these colors here, but look at them, you guys. And they're pigmented, like I'm not a swatcher and I wore long sleeves, but to be honest with you guys, for $15.99, what a great way to try some shadows. I'm very happy I picked these up. I would actually pick these up and gift them to a friend who I knew was like dabbling into makeup too. So you guys, that is my collection of all of my palettes. So as always, be safe and have fun.